What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your Lake Fork Guide. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to open up a $1,400 tackle order? Well, today we're going to unbox $1,400 worth of tackle. So before we get into this, your boy might have a little bit of an issue. Like I might have a problem. I might be a little obsessed. I might go a little overboard when it comes to tackle at times. That being said, I did place an order with 6 Sense Fishing, of course, for a little over $1,400 recently. And I've got a box here now. I did pull some stuff out because when I got this order, I had some stuff I needed right now. I pulled a couple boxes of jigs. I'll tell you about that. Most of it was just duplicates of other stuff that's in here because you can't really get to $1,400 worth of tackle unless you buy more than one of some of your stuff, right? So anyways, that being said, $1,400 worth of tackle, 6 Sense Fishing. If you see stuff that you like, there's going to be a ton of stuff in here. If you see stuff that you like, just know that you can go to 6sensefishing.com, which is linked in the description, of course, and you can use the code YourLakeForkGuide. It will save you 10% on anything you order. In this case, it saved me about 150 bucks. So, pretty good deal. I'll take an extra 150 in my pocket when I can get it, right? One of the things that I did that I don't often do is I actually got some new apparel from 6 Sense Fishing. One of the reasons I don't get new apparel from 6 Sense Fishing, hardly ever, is because the apparel I have had from 6 Sense Fishing for years still works like brand new, and most of it still looks like brand new. So I just don't have to buy apparel that often for them because it's such high quality stuff. But we'll break out some apparel, some different choices that I made that I'm going to be sporting this year. You guys will be seeing this one on camera now. Just a 6 Sense Fishing long sleeve tee in the front, but check out the design on the back. So we got that one right there. What did we get here? This I really dig. This is the hooded shirt, right? This is, hey, sight fishing, summertime. Just a plain gray shirt, but a nice, lightweight, hooded sun shirt, so to speak. Next one I got, they call this the Feed Store series. Check this out. Y'all remember the old Feed Store hats? There it is right there. It's simple, but I like it. I like it. I actually lost my old 6 Sense beanie, so I've been needing one of these. You'll notice there's a little bit of a red, white, and blue theme that goes on with the apparel that your boy tends to order. Got to give it up for the Lone Star State, right? Got to give it up for the Lone Star State. Y'all know what we do down here in Texas. The king of bass fishing, Texas. Right there on another long sleeve tee. And then I got me a short sleeve tee with the state of Texas on it as well. And I think that is the apparel. So that's the apparel that I ordered from 6 Sense Fishing. Now let's break into what everybody wants to see, the tackle. What tackle did I get? I saw this color in a store and I wanted to order it. This is pretty cool. It's called Backwater Special. This is a hybrid jig. This is a 3/4 ounce hybrid jig. You guys have seen this a lot lately, flipping and pitching that jig. But man, these jigs are also very good out deep in the post-spawn. So yeah, we're using them pre-spawn. That bite's kind of going away now, but I need to load up on these because I'm going to need them in the post-spawn as well. And got that color. Then I got, that's the same color. Speckled crawl as well. That's another really cool color that they make. I love throwing speckled crawl. Speckled crawl is one of the absolute best colors for East Texas when you're talking about that post-spawn bite in the summertime. Also got a few of the Axle swim jigs. This is the swim jig that has a screw lock and a pivoting hook. You can kind of see the diagram on the back. Very cool bait. Very weedless, obviously. 4-wheel drive bass fishing bait if there ever was one. Really excited to throw the Axle around some this year. Something else that's really cool that you guys haven't seen on my channel personally before, but I really like it. It's a really neat deal. Carolina pre-rigs. You guys know I'm always cheating using bobber stops trying to find easier ways to rig Carolina rigs because they're a pain in the butt. Ain't got to worry about it no more. Got a Carolina pre-rig. Heard a lot of really good things about these, so I can't wait to try these out. Got them in a few different sizes. Of course, we showed you guys the shad pattern Axle swim jig. We also had to get us a few in a bluegill color as well. So several. We got, I think, 2 or 3 of each of the swim jigs. We got 4 or 5 of each of the flipping jigs. And of course, we got several of each size of the Carolina pre-rig. So you can kind of see how I order things, guys. Look, like they just send it to us in the bulk bags. We order them 5 packs at a time, usually on the colors. If you want to make things simple and get a case of things, you can typically order them 5 at a time, and then it'll just come in case boxes like these. So there's a little top secret guide tip for you if you want to know how to get your stuff sent to you in cases. Order them 5 at a time from 6 Sense Fishing. Beaver bait, this is going to be Okeechobee Crawl. Everybody knows what Okeechobee Crawl is. One of the best flipping, punching colors. These are the prawn, the 6 Sense prawn, which is their beaver style bait. You guys have seen us catch a ton of fish punching grass on this. Not a lot of grass in Fork right now. There probably will be later in the year. Plenty of lakes around East Texas where we like to go punch in the summertime, especially. So that bait right there will be coming into play. I will tell you, one of the strategeries that I put into play on this order was, in today's world, in the current situation, inventory is an issue. You guys see the out of stocks on 6 Sense's website. You see the out of stocks in the aisles of Academy and wherever you want to go, right? Doesn't matter where you go, Shields, Academy, whatever. You see the out of stock issues that we're facing in the world of bass fishing right now. So what I did was, right now there's some stuff that's not selling as much because it's more post-spawn, summertime oriented baits. I went ahead and bought a lot of those things right now so that I would make sure that I have them come summertime if they're out of stock. Something you might want to think about when you're ordering your tackle in today's world, unfortunately, you might need to order way ahead of time to make sure you have plenty of inventory on the baits you're going to need later in the year. Another prawn case, just a case of prawns. This one's going to be Bluegrass Magic, which is my other favorite punching color. It's like a watermelon blue flake on one side and kind of a light blue sheen on the other. That's probably my very most favorite color to flip and punch with right there. Then, of course, we got watermelon red stroker crawls. Now, you guys have seen us throwing the stroker crawl on the back of a jig all winter. But the watermelon red stroker crawl, if y'all remember last spring, I caught every bedfish that I caught was on a watermelon red stroker crawl. Something about red on a bed, they love it. So I went ahead and bought me a case of those. Maybe I might have even got 2 cases of these because we're going to go through them come sight fishing season, no doubt. In fact, yep, this is another case of the Bluegrass Magic prawn. That tells you how much I love it for flipping and pitching and punching and ducking and diving and weaving. All right, Carolina rig bait. Hog Walla. Again, watermelon red. Watermelon red is just a great, phenomenal color at Lake Fork and really everywhere in the South, honestly. It's probably my favorite general plastic color for just fishing plastics in open water. Carolina rig, watermelon red, can't go wrong. That Hog Walla is just a bite getter. Got us a case of those as well. And one more case of Okeechobee Crawl. This one is a stroker crawl. So that's going to be for a trailer on some of my offshore jigs in the summertime is what that's for right there. That's the stroker crawl. Now, we were talking about buying stuff for summertime ahead of time right now. And y'all know around East Texas, we like to throw them frogs, right? Like we like to throw them frogs. And I've got multiples of each, but I'll show you guys. I got 3 colors of frogs that I ordered from them. Okay. First one is going to be, what's the color called on this? Let's see, it's called Gargoyle, but if you look, it's a white frog. It's a white-bellied frog with kind of a shad-colored top. That's going to be my shad or white-colored frog that I'm going to use this year. Next color is, of course, just solid black. They just call it black. That's all it is, just solid black frog with red eyes. And then my natural color, my natural frog-looking color or bluegill-looking color is going to be Frogville, just kind of a light green to dark green with some black and a little bit of blue sheen to it. That could be a bluegill, that could be a frog. It's just my natural color. I forever have pretty much stuck with 3 frog colors, white, black, and something natural. That's really all you need to do. And I believe that I ordered 3 or 4 of each of those. So if you fish with me later in the year, we got plenty of frogs, boys. And I mean, you tie frogs on big braid and they're topwater baits. How often do you lose a frog? Very, very rarely. That's probably like a 5-year supply of frogs right there that I just showed y'all. Now I already put another box or 2 of these in the boat because we've been using so many. 3/4 ounce hybrid jig, black and blue. That's the one you guys have been seeing on the videos. Here's another case of them that I haven't pulled out of this big giant box yet. By the way, when they send your tackle in a box that size, you know you're doing it right. this little dude got here right on time because it's about time to go find me some shallow points and start cranking a flat-sided crankbait in Tiger Truce. Caught him on it last year. Know we're going to catch him on it this year as well. It's time for me to start throwing that thing around and winding it. We've seen some of the MLF pros. I've stayed off the water while the MLF has been here. Stayed off Lake Fork while the MLF has been here. But we've seen some of those guys throwing flat-sided crankbaits a little bit. You can bet your butt, as soon as the MLF is done, I'm going to be out there cranking around the Crush Flat 75X and Tiger Truce. This is just another case of, these are the Carolina Rig pre-rigs in 1 ounce. Bought 5 of those, got them in a case like I told you guys. But there you go, 1 ounce Carolina pre-rigs. Swimbait jig heads. This is something that we've had inventory issues on, so I bought them while they had them. These are the 1/8 ounce jig heads. Now we use these on Alabama rigs. I'm probably not going to throw an Alabama rig much until we get to like May. I do throw it in the post spawn offshore, but always can use some 1/8 ounce jig heads just to throw swim baits on at times. You need to use them. Of course, we bought them by the case. Are y'all tired of me saying that we bought it by the case yet? Then we also got some 1/2 ounce black and blue hybrid jigs. Got 2 cases of those as well, because sometimes you need the 1/2 ounce, not the 3/4 ounce. There are days when that's the case. I'm going to set an all-time record for saying the word case in this video, I'm pretty sure. This is a neat deal. Bought a couple packages of these. We use these at times to peg weights on Texas rigs or on punching rigs. I've also used it to make Carolina rigs at times. Don't have to anymore because we got the pre-rig Carolina rig. But these bobber stoppers, to me, I can never have enough of these. But they sell them in this like multi-pack, this bulk pack, where you get 54 bobber stops on these different little tabs at a time. And they're really, really cheap. I actually bought a couple of these packs, 2 or 3. I go through a lot of bobber stops throughout the year. Sweet little rig and bait right here. The Divine Underspins. Love the Divine Underspins. This is a 1/2 ounce version. We're going to throw those offshore in the post spawn a whole bunch. It is a very underrated and underused tool on Lake Fork. And of course, we got it in the 1/4 ounce as well, just for that slower rate of fall and fishing this more for suspended fish around timber and bridge pilings. Great live scope bait when you use the 1/4 ounce version. Sometimes you use a 1/2 ounce, but you need that option at times. So we got a case of each size. Then I got a whole case right here of Green Pumpkin stroker crawls, more jig trailers for the summertime primarily. May use that at times flipping shallow, just a great flipping bait. Got a whole case of Green Pumpkin stroker crawls. And of course, for jig trailers, an entire case of black and blue stroker crawls as well. One thing that is a weakness in my game that I'm making it a point to try and get better at this year is mid-depth cranking. So I bought myself some C10s, and I bought it in a few different colors. Cold water, or just in general in East Texas, man, these weird, bright, orangish, reddish colors work. Tiger Truce, y'all know how I feel about Tiger Truce. It gets bit like crazy on Lake Fork and everywhere I take it. So we got some Tiger Truce C10, Cloud9 Series, C10, 10-foot divers, mid-depth crankbaits. As you can see, we also got a case of Chartreuse Blueback, which is probably the best crankbait color for East Texas overall. Any watercolor throughout the year, you cannot go wrong with Chartreuse Blueback. Then, of course, we got more of a shad color as well. This is known, let's see if I can get it facing the right way where y'all can see it. That's known as Candy Citrus. Also one of my favorites. That's probably my personal favorite crankbait color for deeper cranking is the citrus shad type colors. So there you go. That's the 3 colors that I got in the C10. Whole case of each, of course. Great shad color. Probably my favorite shad color 6 Sense makes. This is Ghost, Bone, Minnow. That's the 106X. It's shallow jerkbait in season. And it's dang sure about to be more shallow jerkbait season, especially later in the year when the shad start spawning. That'll be handy. Just another good shad color here. It's got a little orange in the belly, but a really, really flashy color. So bright, sunshiny days. I like some of those chrome finishes, the flashy finishes. This one is known as Vendetta. Again, that's the Provoke 106X there. And then the last color, Provoke 106X that I went and got, Wabi Sabi. Got a little chartreuse, got a little purple, but it's very translucent color right there. Guys, that's kind of how I do my jerk baits. I want a solid shad looking color. I want a bright, flashy chrome type of finish color, and I want a translucent color. Those are the shad colors that I look for in jerkbaits. The little details of the highlight colors you can switch around to your own preference, to your lake, whatever works better. You need a solid shad, you need a chrome shad, and you need a translucent shad color in your jerkbait for all the conditions that we face. Another underrated bait from 6th Sense that I'm a really huge fan of is the Whale swim bait. Got it in platinum white, which is a very good color, especially in dirtier water. Also got it in electric shiner, which is more of a natural shad color I'm going to use in clear water. It's kind of got a watermelon type back. It's got like that shad grayish silverish colored belly, and it's got a little bit of blue and green flake mixed throughout of it. Just a very, very good color. I've caught a ton of fish in the electric shiner color on Divine swim baits, and I also catch them on the Whale as well. The Whale is special because the Whale operates in a manner where it's a smaller swim bait, but you can fish it really slow like a big swim bait. You can have the tail kicking at a slow speed, and it gets really good bites. A couple other things that I bought. The Flush jerk bait, right? So we're going to use this on underspin heads at times. We're going to use this as a chatterbait trailer at times. And of course, we're going to fish it weightless and twitch it around as a weightless plastic and catch them that way as well. This is known as watermelon shad. Again, watermelon top, kind of a shad colored bottom, a little bit of blue and green flake in. It's a lot like electric shiner. Guys, that's a very good color. I mean, it just is it gets a color that gets bit flat out. Picked up this oddball color of the Divine swim baits. This is Chartreuse Flash. Now, to be honest with y'all, the reason that I picked this color up is specifically to use it as a chatterbait trailer on chartreuse and white chatterbaits or Bee-Hite Delight chatterbaits. Y'all know we throw Bee-Hite Delight color a lot. It's a very good color trailer for Bee-Hite Delight right there. And then you can never have too many of these right here. Pro Shad Divine swim bait in the 4.4 inch size. You can rig that on a flashy swimmer hook, rig it on a belly weighted hook, rig it on a jig head. Any way you rig it, that is a bait that catches a ton of giant fish. We all know some of the big giant fish that have been caught on that Divine swim bait over the last couple of years. Most of those OHIV Sharelunkers from Team 6 were caught on a Divine swim bait. So rigged in some form or another. Very good bait, definitely draws big bites. That is the end of our $1,400 tackle order, which it's a lot. Not that many different baits, but we bought cases of everything, guys. So we are stocked up, loaded up for the year on all that stuff. I'm sure that I'll have another $1,400 tackle order coming up here pretty soon. If you guys want to see that, make sure you drop a comment. Let me know you want to see more. If you want to know what tackle I'm using, what tackle I'm spending my money on, go ahead and let me know in the comments that you want to see more unboxing videos. We'd be happy to do more. We have never really done hardly any unboxing videos. So if that's something y'all want to see more of, just let me know. I'll be happy to do it. I'm always wanting to make the content that you guys want me to make. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching. Go to 6thsensefishing.com. Order some of these baits. My life depends on putting fish in the boat for cameras and putting fish in the boat for customers. If I don't do that, I don't have a job. These are the baits that I trust to do that. So you can put my full stamp of approval on all these baits. You can tell how much I love them by how much quantity I buy them in. As always, you're going to get the real deal here. No exaggerations, no lying about weights, no camera tricks. There's none of that going on your Lake Fork Guide. Never has been, never will be. We're really proud of that. So when you see us pumping these baits to you guys, you can buy them with all the confidence and know that they do work very, very, very well. So go to 6thsensefishing.com, order them up, use that code Your Lake Fork Guide, save your 10%. We appreciate you watching so much as always, and we'll see you next time right here on Your Lake Fork Guide.